of the defense, I feel like on the Jaguars, your top guys, you really rely on to shut dudes down. Guys like Ramsey, are going to have to be on the field all the time, and they're going to wear down. It doesn't matter if you're more used to being in Florida, just that kind of heat playing in it for all that long is going to wear on you, whereas the Chiefs were able to stay, I think, a little bit fresher. And one of the other guys that I think is noteworthy on the Chiefs side is LaShawn McCoy. Came in and looked ready to play as a running back. He looked far better than Damian Williams in terms of just a pure ball carrier, had 10 carries for 81 yards. I think Damian Williams has better top-end speed and showed a little bit more in the passing game, but it looks like Shady McCoy is going to make an instant impact in this game. And on the other side, you mentioned that Fournette was going to, be much more involved in it. I think there is some positive signs there for Fournette. I think at some point the Jaguars weren't able to keep running the ball because they needed to play catch up. But DJ Chark as well and Chris Conley, they both had really good games.
Yeah, I did want to point out, if any Jaguars fans want to be optimistic, Chark looked great, Conley looked great. Dede scored a touchdown. He didn't look amazing, and Fournette I think looks fantastic. So even if his stats aren't incredibly impressive, he does. He looks faster. He looks like he's about to have a good season, which is what I would have expected. My whole thing here, and I'm not taking anything away from the Chiefs. This was just a great game by them. I do just worry that in week 17, we'll know by the end of the year who's a good defense, who's a good offense, blah, blah, blah. And we're not expecting the Chiefs to have a good defense. And that's why I'm a little timid right now saying the Jaguars offense looks fine, because supposedly we're not going against one of the best units. There wasn't a ton of pressure, although it is funny, Nick Foles got hit on one of the times there was immense pressure and got sandwiched. So that's the only reason I am very timidly going into week 2, not knowing what to expect, but the weapons did look good. Minshew played well. We'll see, but obviously it's a Super Bowl contender on the other side in KC.
Yeah, I did feel bad at some point in this game. I realized we signed off our battle by just hoping that neither of our MVPs got hurt at all, and both of them got hurt in this game. So I'm worried that maybe we have dark powers and we may have jinxed this thing. So I think we should sign this one off by just saying all of our teams, all their legs got to break. That's going to happen. Maybe that's we'll save us.
I love that energy. Maybe we can cut this last part. The opposite way we could go is every game just say out loud, I hope literally every player gets injured, because that's not going to happen. So maybe that would. What do you think? Does that cancel it out?
Yes, everyone get injured right now.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, it was still an entertaining game. Sorry about the injuries on your side. I saw from your Twitter you're not a huge Minshew believer yet, but I hope he gives you cause for faith.
I just want to see it 2 weeks in a row. That's all. Maybe I've been watching too long where I just don't want to believe something yet. And, I should take more optimism in it. I just want to see it 2 weeks in a row. Maybe he'll show me something next week. And you certainly have a QB, my friend. And anybody, I don't think there were many, if any, doubters. But I don't know why they would have. Mahomes was awesome all last year. He just completely continued where he left off today. He's incredible.
On that, we can agree. All right, thanks a lot, Ryan.
All right, thank you.
Hey, everyone. This is Trey here, the Panthers superfan, with Jared, the Rams superfan. Disappointing loss for my Panthers today. We'll get into it a little bit more here in a bit, but we'll start with Jared. So I know, Jared, you didn't have a chance to see everything today, but what are your general feelings after the victory?
Well, it was definitely a hard-fought victory, and like I think a lot of teams in Week 1 who rested their starters all preseason, a lot of rest, and but yeah, I think it was a hard-fought game. I mean, definitely close. I was nervous the whole time, and tough team, and I think the Panthers are going to be right in it this year. So, but yeah, a good physical team. I mean, I guess we're getting to the game. Christian McCaffrey looked unstoppable, and I think he had about 200 yards for I think he was
Yeah.
rushing and receiving. And yeah, he was really, really doing just about all he could to beat the Rams, and he almost did. But yeah, the Rams held off at the end.
Yeah, that was kind of my takeaway from the game. Well, not my takeaway. I mean, everybody knows Christian McCaffrey is good, right? But I think today he looked like by far the best player on the field, and that's saying a lot whenever Aaron Donald is on that same field. So I was really excited to see that. From the Panthers' perspective, yeah, I feel like we kind of gave the game away. I thought the defense played awesome, and offense unfortunately put them in some precarious situations, and like with the Cam fumble in the red zone, with the lateral pass, and then the interception there after we kind of had the momentum going a little bit in our direction. Luckily, Greg the Leg decided to miss a rare field goal, so that was good. We still kind of kept it close, but definitely kind of took the wins out of ourselves there. It's the main things that I was concerned about going into the game were our offensive line, and then how this new defense is going to look. And I felt like our offensive line did a pretty good job. They contained Aaron Donald. He only had one tackle, and all the defense, kept pressure. And so in general, I'm pretty optimistic. Just kind of disappointed we let it get away from us.
Yeah, it seemed like they were definitely gearing up to stop Aaron Donald, which is a good strategy. Fowler and Matthews got a couple sacks, but yeah, Donald was pretty quiet. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where if he's double or triple teamed every play, I guess you just have to hope that the rest of the team makes plays. But yeah, if I was the defensive coordinator, I would definitely follow that strategy. And I guess one of the big storylines kind of this game will be, especially for fantasy owners, was Malcolm Brown actually scored the 2 touchdowns for the Rams and not Todd Gurley. And McVay said after the game that it was more of just like a game flow thing, that Malcolm Brown was in the game and he was, when they're down near the goal line, I mean, Gurley out touched him, I think maybe 14 or 15 to about 10 or 11. But who knows? Maybe it'll be a 60-40 split most of the season. But yeah, Gurley was fine in health-wise. I mean, I think 15 touches is good for him coming off all he did, and he topped 100 yards if you combine passing or receiving and rushing. So, but yeah, it looks like the Panthers for sure have a true workhorse back, whereas the Rams, this may be the first of many games where it's kind of a split between the two. So, I mean, Gurley owners can't be too upset. He did score. He did get 100 yards, and I think more games than not, he's going to find the end zone at least once. But yeah, and Goff looked a little rusty, as Cam did as well. And I mean, not to take anything away from the Panthers, they've got a pretty good defense, but yeah, it was definitely a close fought game, and yeah, I'm glad we escaped a tough road environment and an East Coast early game with a win. We'll take it anytime, even if it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it would have been nice to come away with the win. It's funny, the Malcolm Brown thing. My wife has Todd Gurley on her fantasy team, so we were trying to decide how much fab she should put down on Malcolm Brown this week. So,
oh yeah, I mean, I think it's a good choice. I have him in a couple of my leagues.
Hopefully it'll work out for her. But I think, just going back to what you said, it seemed like this might not be the norm throughout the season. So I'm sure Todd Gurley owners will be happy by the end of the year with what he produces for his fantasy owners.
For sure, and McVay ran Gurley into the ground game after game his first 2 years. So I'm glad he's finally gonna ease up on him, because yeah, you can't just give the guy 25 touches. Well, maybe you can give McCaffrey, but you can't give Gurley 25 touches a game. That's just gonna wear him out.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that with McCaffrey. Whenever we think about like his longevity in the league, I think he does do a pretty good job of missing hit. Like, he doesn't really get squared up a whole lot. So that's a good thing. But, we did draft a couple of guys, and one's on the squad right now, Jordan Scarlett, and I expected for him to be a little bit more involved. So I was kind of happy, since I'm not a Christian McCaffrey fantasy owner, to see Alex Arma get that last red zone carry, so he could at least avoid taking a beating on that one. But it'll be something to watch as the season goes on. I think that McCaffrey is going to handle the ball quite often, and I'm not upset about that. Just hope he can stay healthy.
Yeah, definitely agreed on that.
Well, I don't really have anything else as far as the game's concerned. I mean, like I said, or like you opened up with, it was just kind of a ugly game between two pretty good teams, and I think there's a chance that we might see each other again come playoff time.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, that's about all the thoughts I have. But yeah, good luck with your game next week, and I think you have a Thursday night game, right?
Yeah, we got the Bucks next week. Hopefully we can put this one behind us and get us a victory on Thursday. All right, thanks, Jared.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.
Hey everyone, this is Don, the Ravens superfan. I am here with Ron. He is the self-appointed quarterback 2 as the Dolphins superfan. How's it going, Ron?
Great. How you doing, sir?
Hey, doing okay. I mean, obviously it's, we have different sides of this game. Ravens, beat the Dolphins 59-10. So a lot of takeaways, from this game. We'll try to keep it as quick as possible. As far as the Ravens go, I mean, Lamar Jackson, 3 incompletions, over 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. Ran the ball three times for 6 yards, which was the most striking stat to me. It's the most points the Ravens have ever scored in a game. The previous was 55 against the Raiders in our Super Bowl year in 2012. Defense limits the Dolphins to 10 points. Obviously, the Dolphins have had so much, roster turnover in the past week, 2 weeks, that couldn't expect too much from them, but man, it's just an absolute drubbing. No real weaknesses on the Ravens' part, obviously. But Ron, from what you saw, what's a positive for the Dolphins from this game?
Man, there definitely wasn't much positive. Obviously, we're a team on the rebuild, and we are catching the very early phases of that rebuild. We've done the strip down part, so the rebuild is just beginning and really hasn't even begun, to be honest. Preston Williams, undrafted free agent, looked like he was going to be maybe a third rounder, possibly a second day guy. Got into some issues. Went undrafted, we grabbed him. Looks like maybe that'll be a little bit of a find. Devontae Parker also looked pretty decent. I haven't had much confidence in him. I was surprised that they went ahead and kind of extended his contract, even though it was just 2 years and the overall money wasn't much different. I was surprised, but he looked okay. Beyond that, there wasn't a single solitary thing I could really point to and say, well, that looked good, or at least this guy played okay, or, I'm a little bit nervous about some of those pieces on the defense, even though I know we have no depth and we have some pieces out there that aren't good. We had some pieces that I thought were really good. And some of those pieces, like, for instance, Minkah Fitzpatrick, he didn't look good in the preseason. He doesn't look good now. I was hoping he was going to be a star for Miami. He was far from today. So that makes me nervous, not for this season. I mean, we know what this season's about, but for the future, because every piece that we think we might have now and we don't have on top of everything that's been stripped away or we didn't have to begin with is one more piece we got to go find, and that much longer before this is a competent team. So that's why I get nervous when I see somebody like Minkah Fitzpatrick not play well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw, at least from our rookies, obviously Hollywood Brown, burst onto the scene.
And he looked great.
First two catches for touchdowns. He had another little nifty little catch, third catch. Miles Boykin had his first catch, was a touchdown. They kept Hollywood Brown. They kept him in check as far as how much they were playing him. He only played 12 snaps. That's just the way the game was going. There's no point in rushing him out there. Potentially hurting, re-aggravating his foot, which is not something we need. But he brings something to the Ravens offense that if it keeps up, something